Today we have a 2007 Cadillac XLR. It's an $80,000 car, and this customer wanted a radar detector system that would help him. So maybe if he wants to drive to Pittsburgh and have a little golf outing, he really doesn't want to do 55 the whole way, he can do 80. Something else too, this particular radar detector system is the Escort 9500 CI, has the ability that he can mark locations, and because it is GPS enabled, the radar detector system knows where he is at all times. For example, if he drives down Interstate 79 to Pittsburgh quite a lot, and he knows where one particular cop sits all the time, he can mark that GPS location. You can also use it for safety too. Say a school zone. You can mark that location, and whenever you're within a half mile of that school zone, automatically would warn you that you're approaching the school zone. And when you're on the interstate 1 mile away, it would warn him that he is coming upon a speed trap or an area where there might be a cop sitting. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go inside the car. I'm going to show you this stealthy install of the Escort 9500 CI. This is the display here. This display was installed in the cluster. We also have an LED. This is a multicolor LED, so this LED will flash red in the event of a radar occurrence. And this display will tell him what type of radar he's being hit with.
Auto.
Now, in the auto mode, it knows the speed of the car. If the car is going, say, 5 miles an hour through a shopping plaza parking lot, it effectively turns the radar system off, so it doesn't give you that annoying beep, 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 beep as you're going through a parking lot. As he drives faster, the radar becomes more sensitive. So that's the advantage of the GPS in the auto mode.
Auto no X.
Now, auto no X is the same thing, but it totally ignores X-band. X-band was designed back in the 60s, the late 60s, and it is an older technology for radar, and mostly Ka and K-band is being used. But before you turn off X-band, make sure it is not being used in your area.
Highway.
Now, highway mode is just all out sensitive. It's just looking for that signal. And something that's unique with the Escort brand is that it has the ability to get that instant on radar. A lot of radars that the cops use, they keep off all the time, and when they need to use it, they lift it up and then they click it. Well, most radar detectors are going to just give a gentle beep and not really take it as a serious threat. The Escort 9500 CI realizes that is instant on radar and will properly notify you. Something else is that the Escort radar detector systems are VG2 immune. That means radar detectors cannot know that you have this system in your vehicle. And if you're spending $3,000 installed for this system, it better do that, right? Okay, we also have down here the actual controls. Now, I'm not sure how well this is being picked up here. Looks like it's getting a little blurry. I'll try to zoom in, so bear with me. The system has a mute button right in the center, sensitivity button, volume button, so you can adjust the volume, brightness, mark if you need to mark your location. Maybe you're coming, you know those annoying roads where you go, it's a 55 miles an hour, then all of a sudden it drops down to 35 as you go into town, and there's always a cop sitting behind the speed limit sign. Mark that location. It'll let you know within a half mile or a mile, if you're going real fast. It'll notify you that you're coming upon that location, so you don't kind of doze off as you're driving and you kind of forget and you end up getting nailed with a ticket. So this is really nicely integrated, I feel. It actually matches the colors even of the car. These buttons are gray. These buttons are gray. These have white lettering on it. This is white lettering on here. It does look a little blue on the camera because it is lit up right now. But that is the control center right there. It's nice and handy. So if you've got your hand, you're driving, you've got that control right there. And again, as you're driving, you see the gauges, you know what's going on. And the center mount LED. I think it's very handy, even if there's a passenger in the vehicle and you're going, you got the music on, the passenger can say, hey, we're getting an alert. And then the details of that alert will be right there in front of you. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go on the outside of the vehicle. I'm going to show you where some of the external sensors are located for the system. This is a laser shifter. Now, what a laser shifter is going to do is that when it gets laser, it uses an algorithm and allows the laser operator to get an error on their laser gun. Then once you slow down to a slower speed, you can then turn off the laser shifter and allow the operator of the laser gun to actually get a reading on you. So if you're doing 85 miles an hour, the system says laser shifter, laser shifter, laser shifting. You can then slow down, hit a button, and then allow him to get a reading of your now slower speed. So that is the rear laser shifter. Now on the front of the vehicle, and this is going to be tough to see, but we're going to do our best here. It's kind of difficult. Inside this grill here, in the center, is the radar receiver. That is mounted there. To the left of it is a laser shifter. And over here, another laser shifter. Again, difficult to see. And over here, that is a piece of translucent smoked plexiglass. Behind here is the adaptive cruise control. When this car comes behind another car, it will automatically slow itself down and keep pace with. Now, what makes this car exceptionally difficult to work on is the fact that this car here is a convertible hardtop. You know what, I'll see if I can get somebody and show you how this hardtop works in action. The difficulty is with that rear laser sensor mounted in the back, the wiring has to go through the monotony of moving panels. Okay, we're here with Art Dugan, master installer, who has done a lot of the work on this vehicle. And Art is going to show you the hardtop convertible in action and why it's so difficult when running wires through this vehicle. Art, go ahead and let's hit the buttons here. The actual wiring is actually ran through the wire loom here and goes up to this rear mounted sensor. Okay, Art, go ahead and reverse it. This is another one of the reasons why it costs $3,000 installed for this type of radar detector system. The professional installation is an utmost necessity. If these sensors are off by so much as 3 or 4 degrees, it's not going to work properly. So a lot of time and a lot of meticulousness, if that's a word, it really needs to be utilized and executed when installing such a system. So this is the XLR, Cadillac XLR 2007. Enormis Mobile Specialties installed the system. Art, thank you very much. Do appreciate it.
See you next time.
See you next time.
K-band.
Can you see the police car up ahead?
K-band.